Sparkles of Light. This is your Fated Valentine and Messages from your future knight. Here's your 4 choices, the 4 knights or the 4 horsemen. We have the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, and the Knight of Swords. We're going to find out about your Fated Valentine and get messages from them. We would like to find out, where is he or she, but mostly he, for singles, mostly too. And what are some of the signs before you meet? And how will you know him? And how will the meeting happen? And then you'll get messages about or from them. So a romantic message from your future knight. So ready? Make your choice. 1, 2, 3, or 4. And let's begin. You picked pile number 1, the Knight of Wands. Yeah, my knights, okay. And the Knight of Wands is represented by the cowboy. And one of his messages has to do with a spark that lights your fire. So let's find out, where is he? We have 10 of Wands, the Empress, and the Ace of Wands. So I'm getting that with the 10 of Wands, it's going to be kind of an active atmosphere. It could be a sporting event, it could be the gym or something like that, or that's where he is, or that's where I feel like that's where you're going to end up meeting him. Yeah, I feel like you might end up meeting him at this event. Now, when I say him, I just want you to know he or she, him or her, masculine, feminine. It's not always the same thing, but I'm just going to simplify it and say him because we have images of the man here, so we're just going to go with that. But if it doesn't resonate with you, then of course, fill in what does resonate. Also, you can see it as, you are a cross-watcher, and you can see how your person would find you. All right, so the 10 of Wands, yeah, there would be a lot of people there. There's going to be a lot of activity. It's gonna be like a kind of a playful energy, maybe competitive, but I think mostly everything it has a good nature. I'm getting that he may have his eye on somebody first before he notices you, and then when he turns around and notices you, then it's over. It's like you're the one, okay? Because I think when he notices you, he's instantly going to see you as like his counterpart, his Empress. You're the one. This feeling like, at last, where have you been? Have you ever, it's silly, it's corny, I know, but it happens, when somebody just, and they may never say it, they may definitely not say it very soon. It'll be one of those stories that you talk about after you have kids or whatever, but he'll be like telling his kids or grandkids, when I met your grandmother, as soon as I saw her, I knew she would be my wife. I knew she would be the mother of my children, or something like that. So I feel something like that is happening here. All right. And then the Ace of Wands. Yeah. Where is he? I think he's in a really good place. His heart is very open. And when he sees you, he sees way deep into your soul, but he sees like so much. It's almost like the environment changes and shifts around you, and you're the only thing that stands out. And if your name is Daisy, this is particularly important for you, Daisy. Also, I feel like if he was like a if he was in a musical, he would break out in song. Like that's what he would want to do. It feels very kind of like La La Land energy or something like that. Oh, you could see each other in like a dance hall or something like that as well. Something like that. Okay. So what so how will you know him? You know, like what are some of his basic characteristics? We have the ship, the moon, and the lilies. So definitely he could be, this isn't for everybody, but if it resonates, take it. Like for the lilies, sometimes it represents an older man, but it doesn't have to be old man. It can be a mature man. Something about him just seems mature. It could be a handsome man with gray temples or whatever, but not necessarily. If that's too old for you, then not necessarily, right? Or just this feeling that you feel comfortable around this person in a way that you never, that's not kind of usual. It's like you feel sort of safe with him instantly and don't know why. He seems so honest, so mature, like home, like he seems wise, like a guru type. Like it's almost like when you meet him, you feel like you want to get some advice from him. You want to ask him some deep questions or whatever. It could be some kind of spiritual thing that you meet at, or you see each other, or that's what he's up to right now. He's a very gentle person, and the other possibility, some of you could meet him through a boss or father or an older sibling or something like that, or a trusted older friend. It's possible you can meet this person through that kind of link or that kind of connection with an older person in your life. And it could be an older woman too, but mainly an older man. And now his appearance, he's gonna be, for the majority of you watching this, and if this doesn't resonate, then maybe it's a different pile. But for the majority of you, this person is going to be fair-skinned, kind of pale, actually, kind of pale, unless you're the pale one. But the paleness has something to do. It could be the place where you see them. It could be at moon, like the moonlight is hitting. It could be some kind of, the lighting creates sort of like a bluish or a pale or kind of glowing thing on their skin or body. And the body could be more rounded or fuller. Not saying he's fat, he just is just a little bit bigger, but not like, not in a way that you're not interested in, because feel like you're going to have the spark for him too. It's going to be mutual. This is your night after all. And it's possible this could be a person who travels a lot or likes traveling, and maybe that's somehow how you hear him talk about some place where he traveled to or something like that, and then you ask him for advice or something like that, because it's the travel part of it is important. He could be like he could be a businessman type that doesn't stay put, that he doesn't have like particular office, or if he does, he's not always in his office. He kind of moves around, explores the world, and he's intelligent, intellectual, and likes exotic things. So there could be sort of like an exotic, like, and we have the lilies here, but it could be that some kind of flower or some kind of object that he's holding, or something he's talking about, or something he's referencing. Or it could be like, you could be someplace where he's the one describing something, and you go to him and say, oh, that's really beautiful, interesting, explain that to me. It may not be him that's dark. I mean, a dark pale. It could be that you're in a place that's kind of has that pale light quality. I don't know. But anyway, yeah. So something like that for that aspect of the question. And let's see. How will the meeting happen? So yes, okay, we have holiday. Enjoy a change of scenery to spice up your love life. So it does feel like either you're on some kind of vacation. You know what, I kind of hear like, what are those, my sister has done these travel things where you do things with a group, you know, and you get a discount because you're with a group of people or whatever, but you can go with your boyfriend or your husband or whatever, or your whole family sometimes. And then you do these little tour things around different places. And so if any of you are about to do something like that, you know, that's where you're going to meet him and start up a kind of a conversation. I feel like it's going to be because some kind of expertise he has, or something that knowledgeable about whatever you're talking about. And then it could be the plants, because you got a lot of flowers here, and cherry blossoms, and we have these flowers. It could, and we have mushrooms over here. So it could be like, and we have a palm tree. Something describing, just, you know, I'm also seeing, okay, you know, like when you go to the zoo and underneath the animal, it describes the animal and where they came from and stuff. Or when you go to like a botanical garden, it describes the plant and where it comes from. So I feel like you're going to be someplace where you're touring, or possibly some of you. I think also, you know, the possibility of a sporting event or an activity, but it could be like an all-in-one, like a resort place, a resort. It could be an all-in-one place where like there's people playing volleyball or swimming or something, and there's like activities, and there's also things that you could be doing. And if this does not resonate at all, you might want to try something like that. You know, you're like, that's a really good idea. A resort vacation. I think I want to try something like that. But anyway, it sounds very pleasant. If you want to, you know, try to interpret it in a more generalized way, because this is super specific, right? But in a more generalized way, it'd be a highly populated place with a very smart person who you seem to seek advice from, and then they are kind of fair complected and possibly a little bit older, but not necessarily, but they're just mature and wise. So that's kind of like that's kind of like washed in a more generalized way. But some of the specifics were coming to mind, just so you know, for those of you who it resonates with. Yeah, it could even be beach. Yeah, so, and yeah, I'm feeling like the warmth of it. So let's see, what are his messages to you? He's saying, I would walk 500 miles to be with you. He's super sure about you. As soon as he meets you, he's like, oh yeah, don't go, like, it kind of feels Cinderella-ish, you know. It's like, it's interesting that the latest Bridgerton is a Cinderella story. And then I just feel like this drive, this revving of motors, is not a bad metaphor for this situation. It's like, because he is the Knight of Wands is represented here. And I feel like nothing's going to stop him from, you know, connecting with you. Maybe like you meet, and then he can't find you and he's trying to find you. But anyway, I don't necessarily think that, but he's going to pursue you. You don't have to do very much of anything, because as soon as he sees you, he feels like he would walk 1,000 miles, you know, just to be at your door. All right. And he's like, you're my destiny. This guy. Also, it's interesting how I talked about, like, when he's old man and he's talking to your kids or your grandkids about how you met. I think that story is built in here because of this mature man. And I feel like, yeah, this is a forever kind of love here for sure. And then finally, someday we'll be together. So this is a coming together of two people for sure. And it may not happen, you know, on Valentine's Day or on the way to Valentine's Day or around Valentine's Day. But there is something here that is happening, some kind of destined meeting. This is like a fated meeting kind of thing, a fated Valentine. And you only pick this you pick this because you feel like there is a fated situation that's about to happen to you. And I feel it too for a lot of the collective out there. Something very fated and something that could be happening around Valentine's Day, but definitely I'm feeling it in this month, you know. And some of the things you're going to feel right around that day, and some of the actual meeting and some of the actual interaction will be on Valentine's Day. Okay? So wherever you are, just keep going with your intuition and just keep letting that guide you. Like when you make choices about where to go. And I don't feel like this group should be staying at home for sure on Valentine's Day. Definitely go out, follow your heart, follow your gut, and also follow invitations, you know. So let's see what your charms have to say. Oh, we got funny thing. Please. Inspire. Oh, somebody's got their heart locked up. Do we have a key? Oh, I hope so. And we have a hanger. So buy yourself something nice. I would say buy yourself something nice, new and fresh. And some kind of outfit, clothing, top, skirt, pants, whatever. Pentacles is good. Like, you will have the money to do whatever you need to do. So don't think of it that way. Like, I can't go out because I don't have any money. Yeah, you will have the money. And if you don't think, I mean, if you feel like you need to stretch your money, you will have money to spread to everything that you need, including taking yourself out or something, like making sure you get out and about. You have lots of hearts here, so love is so close by. And you have the fairy in the moon. This is like your intuition helping you. Something sweet is happening. Something very transformative. We have Saint Christopher here. So his name could be Christopher. And he's the patron saint of travelers. So definitely the travel element of this is very blessed and protected. And the little elephant to me represents familiarity and family, like a cozy family feeling. And you got the sun and the moon, the masculine, feminine aspect, the yin and the yang, the counterpart energy. So this is your one, okay? All right, thumbs up if you like that. And if you want to, go ahead, check out the other piles. I'll see you at the next pile. And you picked pile number 2, the Knight of Pentacles. All right, so let's find out, where is he? Where is he? Chariot, the 9 of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. Okay. So it could be, the Chariot could represent traveling. We just came from a pile that was talking about traveling. The 9 of Pentacles is like, oh gosh, again, why am I saying this again? It's like singles, a singles place, a singles hangout. Maybe, okay, if you're gonna go out for Valentine's Day, you may end up going to like a singles night out type place. Okay, yeah, and it feels very frolicking. Where he is right now is single, so he's not attached to anybody. He just hangs out with friends most of the time. Or he could be a kind of person that goes out goes with groups or goes, yeah, like he has a posse. It could also be, I feel like it could be like a bar hopping kind of guy, you know, like not so much that he's like drinks a lot or anything, but it just like he tries out different things or different places. And so, because I feel like there's, you know, there's the element of travel here, but I don't feel like this is kind of, you know, big journeys. This is kind of like driving your car around. Could be something having to do with his car, but I also think it's with his car and groups of people. So he probably, you know, maybe he doesn't drink and he's a designated driver usually for his friends. And this kind of gives me feelings when you meet. You, I feel like, have that Queen of Swords energy. Not that you're like cool and aloof and unfeeling. That's only one aspect of the Queen of Swords. Actually, Queen of Swords can be very giggly, lighthearted, happy, cheerful. It could be a surface kind of energy, which is not so bad when you like first meeting people or when you're out in groups of people. Sometimes it's natural for us to just be in our surface happy vibe, you know, trying to, you know, be charming, flirtatious, and things like that. So it feels like that. I feel like also could be in the evening. It feels to me like I think he hears you laugh. I think there is something about your charming way and that giggle or something like that, or that high bell sound of your voice. It's the sound of your voice, or your speaking voice, or your singing voice even maybe. There's maybe also you have a fairy-like appearance or vibe about you. This is also like cherry blossoms, funny. And I think he's like smitten in a certain way, like almost like when you see kittens. Like, oh, so cute. But it's more than that. It's not like, yeah, but I think that kind of starts it anyway. All right, so so how will you know him? What are some of his characteristics? Let's see, what does he kind of like look like or behave like? Okay, we have the bouquet. I think, again, you are very beautiful. I think he is very handsome. Now, handsomeness is subjective, but I think you will think he is very handsome. And, oh, yes. Ooh, you're like, very thinking, very, like, I'm stuttering, see? Like, you can't talk. So you don't really say much. You just laugh, and you're just charming. But I think you guys make kind of like some eye contact. Okay, let me see what else. Okay, we got the tree. He has a nice body too. And then we have the cherry blossoms again, the cherry tree. And there he is, the prince. Oh. So I'm feeling like you're kind of getting the he's the one kind of feeling, or not so much maybe that, but maybe like, wow, you know, like a wow, he's awesome, you know. And it's more than just his looks. There's something else about him, but definitely his looks catch your attention. And you don't get that a lot, you know. Like, I feel like you've settled when it comes to looks usually. Like, you're usually like, you know, I like their personality, and that's more important to me than appearances. And this guy feels like he's got a lot of good personality mixed with those cute looks. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like other people may not see exactly the same thing that you're seeing, but you definitely are very attracted to him, and I think he's very attracted to you. I feel like it's a little bit like this more, like you're on a swing, you're doing this thing, I don't know, something you're doing, and he's like, and I kind of get this vibe of it's like when he, like if you stumble and he wants to catch you before you fall, or but not, you know, but also you're not falling, you're not, but you may be doing something a little risky. And he's all like, oh. Oh, maybe you've had too much to drink. And he is the designated driver of his group. And so he notices very clearly when people drink because he's not drinking. And he's like, oh, you know, like he's feeling kind of protective of you. And that's very Knight of Pentacles. And by the way, the Nine of Pentacles, you know, his words for you, his message here for you is a promise of protection. So that goes good with this, with this evening. It's a promise of protection. Okay, let's see, how will the meeting happen? So we have magnetism. Okay, yeah, it's like across a crowded room kind of thing, you know. I don't know. I know not everybody does the bar scene, but it just feels kind of something like that to me. A bar, a party, an outing, groups, cliques, and you may be with your clique and he's with his clique maybe, and then you see each other and I think he may approach. Or maybe y'all are approach each other. It's just like a tractor beam energy. It's like I'm almost seeing kind of like this floating thing. Like you totally forget about your friends and you start floating towards each other, and your friends are like, hey, where did she go? Where did he go? And then they see y'all together and they're like, oh, okay. And so I feel like it seems very sweet and organic. And I don't necessarily see I don't see anything beyond this fated meeting or this fated Valentine situation. But, you know, it's got a lot of good potential here, I think. A lot of good potential. So let's see what he's saying to you. How wonderful life is with you in the world. Oh, wonderful life is. He is like, oh, la la la, the birds are singing. Can you feel my love? And I will love you to my dying day. So that makes it a little longer than a one night vibe, right? It feels like, oh yeah, so his feelings to you similar to Power One, like, oh yeah, she's the one. Okay. And that's where the fate comes in. Like, that's it. I found her, you know? And I feel like it seems so silly and easy. It's like, I don't know why it's silly easy, but it's silly easy. It's like you decide to go out one night with your friends. You put your best face forward, and he does the same things. Like, I don't drink, guys. They're like, yeah, but can you go out with us and be our designated driver? Okay. And then he goes out, and then he sees you, and then y'all start talking, and then the rest is history. That's what it feels like. Silly easy. All right, so let's see what your charms have to say. Okay. Ooh, we got fire. Oh no, this is Jupiter. Good luck. We have believe in destiny. Good. Oh, maybe it's somebody's birthday that night. Live birthday. Good live. Maybe it's going live. Okay, we got the bicycle. You can have certain perspective. Like sometimes, with the bicycle, it's like next to a person walking, it's slow. Next to a car, bicycle seems... Okay, let me start that over. Next to a person walking, a bicycle seems fast. Next to a car, a bicycle seems slow. So I feel like, it feels like the night is going to be like, is this night moving very slowly or is it moving very fast? Something like that, a weird perspective. Oh yeah, it feels very like, powerful. Third eye, like I think I've met you before, seen you before or something. The Kundalini rises too, so it's a very a stimulating feeling too. You got the kitty cat. You might both have familiars that are cats or something like that, or you may have like you may like a lot of the same things. The dolphin, you've got caviar. That means you're gonna be drinking and eating well. A nice heart here. A snowflake means no two snowflakes are alike. You know, they're very unique, and every snowflake has a very beautiful pattern. So I feel like you see each other's individuality and your uniqueness, and you really like it. And then you have the bird, so really good conversation. And this one, Operation Lifesaver, I feel like, yeah, he could like help you if you like about to fall down or something like that. And then like this too, like the X-Wing fighter comes in and saves the day. So it could be like the save the day kind of energy. You might do something, almost do something that you may regret, and you don't end up doing it because he comes saves the day. Feels kind of Clark Gable, not Clark Gable, but you know, like maybe not so much Rhett Butler vibe. I don't know why I'm seeing that, but protective, protective, swooping in at the right moment. And then bloodshot eyes. That's your eyes the next day after drinking. Now, if you are not a drinker, does not mean you have to go out and start drinking just so you can have this outcome or something. You could actually be the one that's the designated driver or not, or you could pick a different pile, or it could just simply be a fun night. Whether you're drinking or not, doesn't have to be. It's not about drinks, and it's not necessarily about a particular location. It just seems like the atmosphere has friends, groups of friends, and it also has this feeling of being single, and also has the feeling of being a little sillier than you usually, or gigglier, or a little flirtier, or something like that than you normally would be, or maybe a little nervous or something like that. And then he helps you with something that he helps you. He's chivalrous. Okay, and that's, oh gosh, I'll take this one. Chivalry is my top number one. So like somebody who kind of swoops in and protects you from doing something that would have embarrassed you, maybe, if you were completely aware of what you were doing. And that doesn't necessarily mean drink, but it could mean because of being drunk, or a little bit, yeah, maybe you're just sleepy. Could be something like that too. Anyway, well, I hope you like that. If you like it, give it a thumbs up, and definitely check out the other piles too. See you at the next pile. And you picked pile number 3, the Knight of Cups. Okay, so let's see, where is he? The Hanged Man, the Emperor, and the 10 of Pentacles. Okay, I feel like one of the things where he is, or where, like when I say where he is, sometimes I'm also feeling like, where is he at in his emotional availability, his head, to where is he in your life, to like how close is he getting to you. And with the Hanged Man, I feel like he's an outside of the box thinker. He trusts his intuition. I feel like he may, I don't usually get this in the Hanged Man, but I feel like he's seen you, like visions of you, like a dream or something like that, but he's already seen you in his mind's eye. Like he would recognize you when he finds you. I feel like there's like a kind of more of a psychic connection in this one. A little bit psychic. Yeah, and I feel like he's very ready, emotionally ready. He is the divine counterpart. He's the masculine. He's ready to fulfill that role, I feel. He sees himself as ready. He's like, I'm healed. I'm ready to go. Sure, I'm not perfect, but, I'm looking for my counterpart. And so that's good. Emotionally ready. And yeah, I feel like he's also king of his domain. I feel like he's confident in his work life and his life in general. Like, he's doing well for himself. It's really like the only thing missing in his life is his counterpart, you know, somebody to share it with. That's it. He's ready. That's nice. And yeah, he's got a lot of money. A lot of money. He could have already have children, maybe, but I think for the most part, he just has a lot of love in his life already. He has a lot of good family and friends and people who look up to him. He could be a boss too that has a lot of happy employees and whatnot. Like, he definitely has, but he's very financially well off and feeling good. And so where you might find him feels like yes, family. I think you will end up finding him in some kind of like your friend is a friend of his friend or his family, something like that. Your friend is friends with somebody in his family or him. But anyway, there is a small degree of association. You know, he's kind of like Kevin Bacon to you. He's like I mean, really, Kevin Bacon, that would be, you know, if he wasn't already married, like Kevin Bacon. He seems very like a perfect catch, right? So, I'm seeing that, okay, I'm seeing like, I'm seeing a family get together, and I'm seeing kind of like introductions being made at a family get together. Is this going to be Valentine's Day? So what makes this a fated Valentine situation? I'm feeling the dream, the visualizing this person is so strong here. I see you, like I see you. I feel like Valentine's Day is not yet when you're going to see each other necessarily, but I feel like whatever you do, if you do some kind of family thing between now and then, or let's just say in the month of February, if you do some kind of family thing, or if you do more family things, it's like you're getting closer, you're getting warmer. And I feel like that's because that's how you're gonna have some kind of connection in this way. And we have the sunflower. It feels so happy and bright. It could be something that happens on a Sunday or a summer day eventually. Why? Let me see why the cards explain to me why this is a Valentine fated meeting. If there's any reason to explain this beyond, you know. Well, let's find out more about him, and then we'll go back to that question. Like, why is this particularly for Valentine's Day? So, what does he look like, or how would you recognize him? So we have the fish. Could be the way you look as well. The letter. And the clover. This is very nice. So the fish, I think this might help figure out more about the meeting. The This one is actually following a little bit more the pattern that I intended to. It's like the where is he right now? And wasn't necessarily about the meeting. It's like, where is he in his life? And then we can figure out, you know, the meeting. But, and if it's actually Valentine's Day that this is going to happen. So, but it is actually your Valentine, you know, that heart energy, that heart connection, that heart relationship. So he is a person with dark hair and tan skin. It could be a little bit darker than tan, but dark hair and tan skin. And you may, and okay, let me get back to the letter. But the clover represents that he is like a lucky person. And he is humorous and carefree and a happy person, an upbeat personality. He could be a risk taker, and he's good with money. He's looks for good deals and bargains. Could be something having to do with shopping when you meet, where you bump into each other looking for the good deals. But this family connection feels strong too. He could be a writer or a blogger or somebody who's good with words. And another aspect could be online. It could be an online dating kind of thing, or something that you do online where you see his words or he sees your words. Or if you have an initial, maybe you have some kind of initial catching of each other's eye at a family thing, but you never get introduced, because I didn't see an introduction. But what if one of you reaches out to somebody and says, hey, there was this guy at your family function. Who is he, like a relative? And your friend will say, oh yeah, that's blah blah blah. He's really nice. He's so nice. And I mean, oh my God, I didn't think of this. He'd be a perfect match for you. And you'd be like, yeah, I think he's really cute. And you're like, duh, why didn't, or your friend's like, why didn't I introduce you? Well, would it be too weird if you gave me his number? Or, and so y'all try to figure out a fun way that you could bump into each other or communicate somehow. And you can say, oh, he blogs over here, or he makes comments on this website or whatever. Like, he loves, maybe you can follow him over there, or be friends with him or whatever. So there's like this kind of fun way to get to know him through writing, through text, so that's what I'm feeling, something like that. Okay. And I'm saying this is super specific, so if you want to generalize this more, just know that your fated Valentine has something to do with possibly meeting somebody, but maybe not. Maybe just seeing somebody that you end up exploring a little bit more in a maybe online kind of way, and they explore you too, like they're interested too. But I don't know who's making the initiative necessarily, but somebody's making the initiative. Like, he could be the one saying, hey, I saw this beautiful lady, and she your relative, and then your friend says, oh no, she's blah blah blah, I don't know why I didn't introduce you to her. Or whatever. And then your friend could tell him, oh, well, you could find her on la 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 la. And it's like, okay. And he's sweet and happy-go-lucky and easy person to talk to, and lighthearted. So it's that kind of thing. It's like somehow that it happens, it happens somehow. But I don't feel like this one's like, right on Valentine's Day. But let's see more about this meeting. See, we have a psychic connection. Wow. Okay. So, okay. So this is very specific. But so this guy, he was dreaming of you, and then he sees somebody that looks just like the lady in his dream at his friend's family get together, and he's like, who is that girl? I never got to meet her. And then but yet there's like, it's like you also feel something in the air. Like, I'm feeling somebody's energy, and I don't know where they are, but you could have had a dream too about them, or some kind of like something in the airwaves. I feel like that is your fated Valentine thing. It's the sudden realization they're so nearby, like you're about to meet them any minute, you know. You're getting so warm. Like, these functions and things that you're going to, and specifically with family stuff, it's like, it's just like, phew, you just keep missing each other, you know. It's like you walk in one door and he walks out. You know those movies where they're, you know, they'll be in the same building, but one of them's walking in the building, one of them's walking out, or things like that. You're that close, okay? Or like How I Met Your Mother, that show where, you know, the symbol is that umbrella, and how this umbrella connects everything together too, and how they almost met each other so many times, and then they finally met each other. It's a very How I Met Your Mother kind of energy going on here. But Valentine's Day is a big push forward. Okay, let's see what his messages are to you. I want to spend my lifetime loving you. I want to spend my lifetime loving you. Could be a very Zorro energy there. We have Let Me Be Your Wings. Oh. Let me be your wings. I can't sing too well because I had a cold, but let me be your wings. Anyway, yeah, it's very lighthearted and sweet. Oh, like if you have any connections with Fairy, or, you know, this kind of romantic thing, he'll be down with that. And then we have You Light Up My Life. Wow, that's very nice. Okay, let's see what your charms are. Oh, that wasn't too many, but oh, somebody feels lost. Maybe you find each other when you're lost. Maybe you're asking for directions, and then finally, you're that guy that I saw at the party. Oh yeah, you're friends with such and such. Yes. That's my blah, blah, blah. Oh my gosh, isn't this crazy how we met? Okay. From lost to found. From, what does this one say? Love. From lost to love. That's my name of my next romance novel. From lost to love. Show love. Show love. This is the star card that my niece gave me that I used to wear around my neck, but the necklace broke, and I thought, well, I'll just put it in with the charms. It's almost too perfect and beautiful to be in the charms, but there you go. Perfect and beautiful. This is truly a dream come true. And then you have lots of love here. Ooh, your psychic witchy vibes. Your spidey senses tingling. You got working out. And you've got the cup. Drinking cups. Oh, divine timings. Very mysterious. And a special location, but also transmitting, like you've been manifesting. He's been manifesting. You've been manifesting each other. You're all really looking for each other. So you're going to find each other. And then we have the Kundalini snake too. So there's definitely a strong sensual energy too. A tingling, ripple up the spine feeling when you meet. Or like even when you touch hands or something. We've got a sweetness here. And it's the different snowflake. We had snowflakes in the other one. It could be during winter or snowy place too. But also it's like snowflakes are one of a kind. You know, no two snowflakes are alike. So this is a very, very unique person. And so are you. And you see each other as that. Like there's nobody that compares to you. You just know because you're so unique. And then this beautiful rainbow balanced on two clouds just feels like a very balanced chakra energy and a balanced reciprocated energy between the two of you. And you're both like the clouds on cloud 9, feeling very happy here. And oh, look at that, you got the pine cone, which represents the pineal gland. So also more indications of this psychic, like your spidey senses so tingling. The 29th could be the day, you know, or we don't have 29 in this February, do we? Is this leap year? I don't know, but 29's been coming out a lot. And it's weird because it's like, there is no 29, or is there? Oh, I know my dad's birthday is March 29th, so maybe it has something to do with that. But whatever the case is, I feel like this is definitely divine, and it is fated. So I hope you like it. Thumbs up if you like it. Feel free to go to a different pile, though, as well. Watch as many as you want. And you have chosen pile number 4. Okay, let's see where he is. Where he is can also be like, where is he physically, but not necessarily. It's just more like, where is he emotionally? Is he ready? And also like, where are you, you know, like, are you about to ready to meet too? We have the Queen of Cups, the 10 of Swords, and Strength. I was feeling this one. Oh, okay. This is the doctor's office. He could be a doctor. He could be a healer of sorts. I'm seeing back pain. I'm seeing massages. I'm seeing also like chiropractor. And I'm seeing like you may have back pain, or you may have to go to the doctor. But I feel like I see healing, you know, healing. Like everybody's happy. This is kind of like after how everybody feels after walking out of the office. They're like, yay, I'm healed, I'm happy. So it could be like someplace like that. The Queen of Cups. Well, I think this is you, you know, representing love, representing intuition. Again with the psychic energy, so you could be carrying over from pile 3. Creative. I think the two of you are kind of different. You know, he's the practical one who fixes things, and you're the dreamy one. But you both have styles of healing, or maybe, you know, maybe he has a little bit of this too. You could be very yin yang, like that. How the symbol has like a dot of you, a dot of one in the other. You know what I mean? If it comes up, I'll show you what I'm talking about. But so his general approach is practical. Your general approach is nurturing and creative and gentle. But you have a dot of that serious-minded practicality, and he has a dot of that dreamy, sweet, caring energy. And I feel like it's possible that, you know, you see in each other yourselves. That's interesting. Okay, but in the location, or where he is, Strength. Wow. Isn't it funny how these fairies have wings and they could fly, but they're also climbing? It's like they had to take a moment and hold on. But they're going really up high. I feel like this is, you know what, it's funny because what I get from this is actually kind of like, you know, the poop deck that's way up there. And I was thinking of in the deck that I'm drawing, by the way, this is a piece of work that I did. I was imagining that the Page of Swords was going to be this, something like this. So it's like a message comes through. And speaking of messages coming through, the Knight of Swords message is he is talking about an adventure worth the storm. So I feel like it's not always easy, and it feels a little bit, the Ten of Swords is just a really weird card, because here it seems extremely happy, but it's interesting because you'll see a person laying on their stomach with swords on their back. Sometimes they're penetrating the back, sometimes hovering above the back, but you most always see a horizon line with lights, and here we have these lanterns to me that represent that, and which is the main thing to focus on. And I think that there's nothing you can change about the person laying on face down with swords in their back. That, that's over. The next thing to focus on is the light. And I feel like that's why it so easily could represent the healing after pain. And that's what this is. So it's kind of a deep connection. It's different. It's like the healing after pain, but there's such, like, you're the balm, like you're very gentle when it comes to this connection. And there's this sense of adventure, just like high seas adventure, like you're hanging on the rafters up there, ready to, go out on the ship and adventure. Like, we don't even need to fly. We're just going to hang on to these things and let the wind carry us even faster and further than we've ever been carried before. Now, how is this all coming about? On Valentine's Day. Okay. Adventurous. Well, let's find out what he looks like, and maybe we'll get some more to the story. Okay, so how will you know him? On the crossroads. This one's so mysterious. The Tower. And the Fairy. That's you. That represents the feminine and the querent most of the time. But if you were like a cross watcher, then this is your girl. And then that represents you. All right, so the crossroads is kind of interesting. It's like choices, and you're going, which way you're going to go. Like, most people would follow the deer. It seems like the deer is the guide here. The deer is going to lead you in the right place. And I would go with the deer. But maybe you just want to try something different. So as a characteristic, so the crossroads is about a person who is a decision maker and diplomatic and independent. This person is in their head a lot. The Tower represents that they're very tall. I mean, not crazy tall, but that's a sort of a distinguishing mark about them, is that they are tall. And also I feel like they have a lot of authority. They make a lot of decisions, and they have a lot of authority. I don't think they're difficult or bad in any way necessarily. I shouldn't say necessarily. I don't see, like, when you meet each other, that it's going to be kind of any kind of hostile or antagonistic situation. In fact, I think their intelligence and their command, they have a commanding energy about them, makes you feel sort of safe. It also could be slightly intimidating, that's it. But it's not anything that puts you off. It's kind of intriguing. So, and a sense of adventure feels like surrounds this energy. Let's see, what does it look like when you meet. Oh, a healing connection. So again, this could be literally at a place where you get healing, physical healing, emotional healing, like a psychiatrist or psychologist. It could be where somebody just seem to spill your heart out to, and you connect over that kind of soul pouring, soul searching and pouring out your feelings. It could be, I don't feel this as like an outing, like you're not going out necessarily, unless it is to like a spa or like a some kind of health retreat type place, or an AA meeting or something like that, something that helps with your soul, with healing, spirituality, and psychology. I don't know, like I don't see that in necessarily right on the day of Valentine's Day, but it's possible. Like anything's possible. But it could be surrounding that day, or sometime in February, or something, or you could be called to around Valentine's Day, called to reach out to somebody, or they reach out to you. Very interesting, very interesting. The Tower could also represent a place, an outing. It could be like you don't have any real plans for Valentine's Day. You're just going to go to the bank, or you're going to go to the DMV or something like that. And it's kind of like a government place or a building, like a business building. And, or it could be school. It could be, where you pick up your kids, or they pick up their kids. Or I don't necessarily see children as being the connecting force here necessarily, but I do, I feel the energy feels very reserved though. Like, how do you end up talking to each other if you're both very, it's almost like you're shy, or not so much shy, but just sweet and reserved, and he's in his intelligently and intellectually and a little bit authoritative and has this kind of demeanor. So like communicating comes from kind of an intermediary of healing, whatever that may be. So it could be something like a doctor's office. I mean, I'm not encouraging psychologists to fall in love with their patients, but it's happened, and when that happens, a psychologist will say, okay, I can't treat you anymore because I'm falling in love with you. I mean, it could be something like that even, so something like that, but not necessarily. I mean, that would be very specific for like maybe one person, maybe nobody, but in a way, it could be somebody that's helping you, even if it's online or something like that, like somebody that's helping you with or it could be a physical therapist or anything, like just somebody who's helping you maybe with pain management, or the other way around. Somebody who reaches out when you're not feeling well and just says, I care about you, or something like that. And in that moment, in a moment of where you need a TLC, you need a hug or something like that. Okay, it's a little bit mysterious, but I think there could be a lot of people here who have different situations. Let's just see what they have to say to you. Maybe this will be more of a clue. I just want you to know who I am. That's why it's so mysterious. Life is ours, we live it our way. Let me be your emperor. So this person really wants to be your counterpart. They're not kidding. They are serious. It's just finding the right way to go about this, initiating it. I feel like you sense it. There's a healing energy just by being in each other's maybe presence. Sometimes just thinking about each other you start to feel better, feel this kind of moving into a higher healed energy. Maybe this is a very long process of healing over time, of knowing each other. But it's headed to a good place, and it may not it may not be Valentine's Day that some monumental thing happens, but I feel like there is sort of a, it's a fated thing. So there's some kind of fated reason why Valentine's was brought up. There's just could be this real strong feeling like I want to reach out that happens on that day. And some of you just may not already know each other. And it's funny because I wanted this to be singles, but on this one I feel like maybe already know each other kind of energy is out there for a lot of people. Or for a lot others of you, it could be something weird and mundane that you're like, doing business, running errands. Running errands. It's a running errands, bumping into each other. Hey, let's go out for Valentine's Day. No, that would be really weird, wouldn't it? Like, it's Valentine's Day. You really want to go out? Like, so what? Anyway, yeah, I feel a little sassy talk, if there is going to be talk, and sweet talk. All right, let's see what your charms have to say. Oh. Ooh, you got a lot of charms. Okay, so maybe the charms will tell us. Okay, here we have the men's wedding ring. So usually this means somebody who's about to commit to you, or somebody who's letting go of somebody else. Like if they're divorcing somebody, or if they're, So this is can be like, I'm going to divorce somebody, or I'm about to commit to you. Okay? And we have a big key, like you are the big key to everything. You have the key to everything. The top hat represents past life connections. The plane representing travel. There's a wish and a smile and love. And moons, 2 pink moons. Ooh, that's pretty. So lots of like dreamy subconscious energy. We have namaste. We have the pink flamingo. This is like, okay, so this could also represent your person, him. Like he's tall and unusual on the outside, but he's balanced. He's balanced. Or you're that way. He's got a deep voice with the cello. Oh, he could play instruments. There's an I am. And safety pin for safe, and X. Okay. There could be an X situation that's on its way out. That's why everything's very still and not moving too fast. With that ring and the X. There's bird. Good communication, though. There is Elsa. Strong spirituality. There's scissors cutting cords. There is 25. There is the butterfly of transformation. There is peace and love. There's New York. And there's scrambling things up. Sometimes that's the best way to just see where things settle. Got to scramble them up a little bit. And then you got the heart for music. Also angels playing their music. More music. Music connections here. Very strong music connections. Could be songs. I feel this didn't say anything about psychic connections, but I'm feeling a little bit of like the two of you are connected through music, and when a song comes on, that's like him sending you that song, things like that. So there could be something like that happening here. And maybe he sends you a special Valentine's message through song. Yeah. But he is interested in an adventure. And eventually it will like become more obvious. I think right now it's just like not as obvious as some of the other piles, but it's going to get more obvious. All right, well, I hope you like that. Thank you so, so much. Thumbs up if you like that. Hype it if you liked it. And feel free to check out the other piles. And I appreciate everybody who supports the channel in any way that you can. You've been there for me through the years. Appreciate you. And I'll see you around. Faith, Trust, and Pixie Dust.